Can we just have a real, raw, and relatable discussion right now? I understand when sometimes you don't feel like praying because the weight of everything is just on your shoulders. But my brother and my sister, you have to pray anyway. There was a season in my life when everything felt heavy. I was tired, not just in my body, but in my soul. I had been praying, fasting, believing, praying and fasting, believing, praying, fasting, believing, crying, going in my prayer closet. And yet my breakthrough didn't come. And it seemed like every door I knocked on that I wanted to go through, I was not able to go through. But one day I sat on the edge of my bed and I just said, Jesus, take the wheel. In tears, I'm talking about the ugly cry. I whispered a prayer. Lord, I don't have the strength to pray today, but you know my heart, and I'm going to pray anyway. And at that time, all I could do was just moan and groan. And now I have a new meaning and a new knowledge, a new sensation, a new revelation, a new appreciation for the Holy Spirit, because he truly does make utterance for us when we don't know what to pray. Just open your mouth. Let God know in your heart that you desire to pray. You desire to spend time with him. You desire to have a download. You desire to have an upload. And I'm telling you, what I know, that I know, that I know, he will do it. So that made me think of a poem that I want to share with you. When you don't feel like praying, to pray anyway. Some days you don't feel like praying. You're tired, frustrated, in pain, or maybe you just don't even have the words. But those are the days that we need to pray even more. Heaven is still listening, so pray anyway. When you're angry and you don't feel like talking to God, pray anyway. When life feels unfair and you're questioning everything, pray anyway. When you feel too tired or too busy, pray anyway. When your heart is broken and you don't have the words, pray anyway. When you feel distant from God and unworthy, pray anyway. When the answer hasn't come to you and you're tired of waiting, pray anyway. When you've made mistakes and you feel too guilty to pray, pray anyway. When you're frustrated with people and life situations, pray anyway. When you feel like giving up and nothing is working, pray anyway. When everything is going well and you think you don't need to, pray anyway. Prayer is not about how you feel. It's about connecting with the one who never fails. So no matter what's happening in your life today, pray anyway. About those doors that I mentioned earlier, it was through the praying and the fasting that I learned that God didn't want me to go through those doors. Sometimes we want to go through doors that are not meant for us to go through. And the reason why they stay locked, they stay closed, they stay the way that they are, is because he loves us so very much to not allow us to go through those doors. And the reason why we go through the seasons that we go through that feels down, depressed, dark, heavy, weary. It's because sometimes God has to take us out of our own contamination and put us in isolation so that we can spend time with Him and His Word, so that we may have a revelation for our future elevation. So just remember, my brothers and my sisters, to pray anyway. Peace and blessings.